Hi, I come to you again today, spark, single, pure, and powerful. As you know, sex is God's idea. It was and still is God's idea. It wasn't started by Hollywood or the enemy, the devil. It's God that authored it, and anything God made, it's good. He made it for a purpose. When you look in the book of Ruth chapter 3 verse 14, Boaz was completely drunk, like he wasn't sober. And we know at times, we've had cases of people when they are drunk, they end up even mistaking their daughters for the women, for their wives or for girlfriends and all that. This guy was totally drunk. He was a rich guy, he was a man, he was well off. Ruth, a beautiful, pretty young widow who had known the beauty of sex. She had enjoyed sex for a few years with her husband, and then the husband died, leaving her widowed. These two guys found themselves in the same bed, covering the same cover, but they never had sex with each other that night. It was a setup for for Ruth. Naomi advised her, go to Boaz. We know her story, we know Boaz's story. That's not my agenda now to define their stories. But I want us just to realize that these two people spent the night together without touching each other, without having sexual intercourse, without the intimacy. When they woke up in the morning, instead, what Boaz did, he said, Ruth, spread your cover, spread your wrapper, and let me pour some grain, let me pour some food on it for you and your mother-in-law. So our coming together as a man and a woman is not necessarily about we coming together to have sex. So two people can be together, and they know the agenda. Ruth knew she was eyeing Boaz for a husband. For Boaz, even in his drunkenness, he knew there was a woman laying beside him, but he never made a mistake, even in his drunkenness, to touch her sexually. So for us, maybe to be sexually promiscuous, to be immoral, and live loose life, it's more of a choice than it is a weakness, than it is a curse. And if it's a curse, my friend, my brother, my sister, if you feel you're living this loose life because you're under a curse, break it. If you're born again, Jesus came on Calvary, he died to bear the burden we carried. He broke the curse. The Bible says, hanged, cursed be the man who hanged on the tree. So he bore all curses. And if it's a curse, I don't think you've just been cursed sexually. If you knew you've been cursed, maybe not to perform well academically, you will do all you can to break away from that curse. Even those who are not born again, once anybody knows that they're under a spell or a curse, they do everything in their power within their reach. They go consulting native doctors and all that to break away from a curse. So nobody celebrates a curse. You are involved in sexual promiscuity because you've made a choice that I'm enjoying this thing, I want to live this life. If it's a weakness, nobody glories in their weaknesses. We all work out, to break out of our weaknesses and parade our strength. Nobody boasts in their weaknesses. And anyway, if it's a weakness still, the Bible says that Jesus told us his strength is made perfect in our weakness. Everything has been made available for us to be free from this sexual bondage. Make a right choice today to walk right, to live pure, because the God who created you put in you the ability to love purity, to be whole, to love wholeness, to love to love yourself to the extent that you just won't allow yourself sleeping around with anybody. And the choice you make right now will affect your life. It just doesn't affect you. It affects so many people around your life. When you decide to live sexually loose, you affect the partner, the person, the woman, the man you're sleeping around with. You affect maybe the children that come forth out of such kind of a relationship, such kind of an affair. You affect so many lives that are hooked up, that are connected to you, to both of you, negatively. But at the same time, when you make the right choice to live pure, to live holy, to wait until you are in a marriage, in this container, in this safe house that God has ordained for sex to be enjoyed and exploited in, you will also affect generations positively. So I want to encourage you today. You can make the right choice of living a pure life, just like Boaz, just like Ruth decided. These people had experienced sex, so you can't say maybe they didn't know how it feels to be to be horny and all that kind of a thing. But Ruth, remember, she had been married and she knew the sweetness of sex. She lived enjoying her husband, and then all of a sudden the man dies, leaving her a young widow. And all those years, I'm sure she was hungry. She was dying for this moment when a man would touch her. She got the opportunity. She never abused it. She never exploited it. She waited. We all have what it takes to wait. That purity is pure, it's powerful, it's beautiful. Let's all desire to pursue it. Thank you.